Hi, everyone. Welcome to Movement is Medicine, or a Tai Chi for miles for migraines. I do several types of Tai Chi programs. So let me just see if we can. Okay, so let me see if I can make this a little bit different. Okay. Okay, I think everyone is pretty much in. Hi, everyone. Welcome to to the Tai Chi program for Miles for Migraine. Some of you may have been here before. I'm just trying to see if I can set my video a little bit differently, but I don't think I can. Anyway, I'm going to let everyone come in and then we'll get started. Okay. So let me see how that, yeah, there we go. All right, so I'm going to have to kind of stand back here a little bit in order for you folks to see me. So in any event, welcome. I know that some of you have taken the program with me before. Maybe some of you have not. So anyway, I'm very glad to be able to offer you this program. I know that they had stopped doing this regularly, but I volunteered to be able to kind of get a program out to you. So if any of you have taken Tai Chi before, whatever the type of program that I'm going to show you tonight, can't go through all of it, but we're going to go through what's called the Yang Style 10. It's called the Yang Style 8, 9, or 10, depends on who's doing it. So I'm going to show you some simple movements, but we're going to spend a lot of time doing the warm-up, which is something that I have done before in the past with this particular group when I've done this program before. So let's begin. There's two things that I like to do. We like to do what's called intentional enhancements, which means we are going to work on our breath, bringing our mind into the practice, as well as working on posture, because posture is probably one of the most important things that you could do, no matter what, whether you want to take Tai Chi or do anything. Having good posture is essential for the health of the body, for the nerve health, because that's where our nervous system is in the spine, of course. So we want to really work on that. And these are some things that you can do anytime. So let's begin. So we're going to begin. You want to have the feet about hip distance apart. You want to have your feet facing forward. You want to let everything soften. You want to let the knees soften. You want to feel your wrists, your elbows, everything is soft and relaxed. And as we go through the postural enhancements, I am going to, just talk to you about breathing. Because breathing, this isn't quite like yoga where you have to inhale and exhale at certain points, but there are good points that would make more sense to do it. So let's just take a few moments, allowing your hands to be right here in the lower body. This is also called the lower dantian, kind of like the belly button area, lower abdomen. Just let your hands just rest there. And what you want to do is when you inhale, you want to feel that belly move a bit. And as you exhale, you want to kind of let it sink in a little bit, like you're taking that navel and moving it inward towards the body. That kind of massages the body organs. So let's do that a few times. And that in and of itself is going to bring your mind into the practice. Exhale. And let's do that a few more times. And now let's start to work on the enhancements. So with the hands and the feet, you want to take the feet, you want to scrunch up the toes, move those feet around, up and back. And with the hands, you want to move those hands around like you're stretching the fingers, kind of rolling that wrist around. We carry a lot of tension in the hands. And there's also areas in the hand itself called the Laogan points. And there's also an area underneath the feet called the yang quan points. And this helps us gather energy. So just let those fingers just open them up, move them around. Do the same thing with the feet, and you'll feel like that circulation improve. And then let those hands just relax down by your side. Feel the feet kind of sink into the surface below you. Now let's bring your attention to the knees. Okay, so you want to bend the knees, bend and open the hands, and then you want to tighten the knees, really tighten the muscles, and then make a fist and stretch that hand behind you, and then release. So tighten the knees, stretch back, and release. Tighten the knees, stretch, and release. And let's do that a few more times. We carry a lot of tension in the hands and the forearms. Let's do one more and relax. And just take a nice deep breath. See if you feel anything in the hands. Maybe the hands feel a little warmer. You might feel a little sensation in them. And now bring your attention all the way up to the top of the head. So as we start to move through the spine, you want to think about what I call you want to make sure that we work on different body parts to help that spine work better. So you want to zip up that posture. So let's begin with the top of the head. You don't want to lift the chin up. You want to feel like you're lifting the jaw up because the weight of the head on the cervical vertebrae all the time, they make those vertebrae really land on top of one another and be very kind of be heavy. You know, I have arthritis, so my discs are kind of minimal and things like that. So just kind of keeping that in mind. So you want to feel like you're lifting the head up like a balloon, just lifting up away from the shoulders. And at the same time, you want to feel the shoulders stretching down, like they're reaching down, your hands are reaching down towards the ground. So you feel this length in the cervical vertebrae, almost visualizing that you're separating them just gently. And then bring your attention. Now, this is going to be very important for migraines. This little practice that we're going to do for the head and the neck are very good to get rid of tension and to help to relieve the pain and the stress. So bring your attention to the scalp and take a moment, inhale, visualize and feel that scalp and the muscles around the scalp. And when you exhale, just feel like you're exhaling out any tension that's in that area. And then bring your attention to the forehead. Here we want to feel, because many times our eyebrows are knit, they're tight up. So let's allow the skin of the forehead, inhaling, bring your attention to that area. And then exhaling, letting the skin relax, feeling the muscles in the forehead relax. And then bring your attention to the eyebrows and the eyes. I've gotten ocular migraines myself. I can understand how painful and upsetting that is. The eyes are constantly moving. So if we can take that opportunity to soften your gaze, to relax the muscles in this area, that will definitely help to reduce any pain and help to reduce the stress of migraines. So inhale and think of you're inhaling, healing chi into the eyes and the eyebrows, and just allow your gaze to soften. Let the eyelids just droop gently. And the eyebrows, relax. And then bring your attention to the cheeks, the jaw, the muscles that are in the face that even lead up to the ears. Inhale to that area and then exhale and just let those muscles relax. And then putting the tongue to the roof of the mouth helps to balance the neck out. And also, we have energy meridians that are part of the Tai Chi practice. And so we want to, if we put the tongue to the roof of the mouth, that'll help them meet at that certain point and allow the energy to flow better. So just kind of keeping that in mind. And now bring your attention down to the top of the shoulders. So we still feel the top of the head lifting up and away. And we want to feel that the shoulders are kind of reaching down. We want to stretch them down. So we're going to try and release some tension in that area first. So you want to lift up your shoulders, kind of scrunch them up. Try not to lift from the elbows and then let it go. Lift up, 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 and let it go. And then this time, you're going to lift up, but physically pull it down. So that way you create that habit of being able to pull them down, especially if you find yourself all scrunched up. Now you feel the difference. So let those muscles just sink down. So you feel your arms are longer and reaching towards the ground. Now we're going to go down the arm into the elbow because many times, again, we have that tension in the forearm and that just kind of shoots the tension all the way up into the shoulders. So let your arms come up, let those hands relax, let them flop out. Inhale up, let those hands just relax and out. Let those fingers just separate. The hands are not the lead. The elbow is rolling in and last time and out. And just let that arm hang down. So here you might start to feel a little tingling in the arm, especially if you've had a lot of tension in the shoulder. So just embrace that feeling. Now we're going to bring the arms up. Now we're going to work on the second curve of the spine, the thoracic curve, the relationship between the sternum and the shoulder blades and back. So many of us are scrunched up into this posture. So now we want to deliberately work on enhancing that posture. We're not going to make 100% change, but certainly we can make small, subtle changes that will accumulate. So letting the elbows just kind of hang down from the shoulder. You want to let those elbows just gently stir to the outside. So you feel like you're taking the arm bone and just kind of rolling it gently, massaging into that shoulder joint. And now bring it inward. And when you bring it inward, you might feel the chest a little bit more. So awareness is very important. That's key to doing a mindful practice. Now we're going to try to change the relationship and that thoracic curve. So I'd like for you to do, and again, if you have any discrepancies in your shoulders, create harmony. Try not to lift the one side up. Keep them level, wherever that is. It doesn't matter. So now we're going to take the arms and lift them up, but at the same time, lift the sternum. So you want to lift the sternum up, let the elbows roll to the back, feeling that chest lifts up. This is an inhale. And then exhale, roll it back, and just let those arms come down. This is called spinal cord breathing. Inhaling up and rolling it down. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling up, and this time, letting the arms just open out to the side. So we keep that lifted posture, that lifted thoracic curve is now in a better position where you feel that sternum is lifted. So breathe into that. Here's where you might feel, I can feel my lungs. I can expand a little bit into my breath because we're not scrunched up here like this. The chest muscles have a chance to expand. Plus, there isn't a lot of weight, the weight of the upper rib cage on that lower body. So the body organs can work a little bit better. So just breathe into that better posture just a couple of times. And then the last curve is the is the lumbar curve. So here in the lumbar curve, there's an area back here called the Ming Men. There'll be no quiz after class, no worries. But we want to kind of do a Pilates-esque type of movement where we're going to engage the navel, pull that belly button up. You'll feel the glute muscles that we sit on too much engage, and even feel the muscles under the body, pelvic floor muscles. And this is an exhalation, exhaling, and then inhale, feel like the whole body, front of the body is expanding. Exhale, pull that up and in. Feel these muscles underneath the body, and then inhale. And then one more time, exhale, pulling it up and in, and then inhale. And then release. So what you want to do now is you want these muscles that hold our posture are called endurance muscles. So we want them to be actively holding our posture. We don't want to just do it once. It's not like strength training. We want to keep those muscles holding that posture, holding the neck in a good place, because that's going to reduce the opportunity for migraines and things like that. So just keep that in mind. When you have better posture, you're going to have less opportunities for those migraines because the nervous system will be in a better place. So now, when I say zip up the posture, now you can imagine lifting up that navel, lifting the sternum, but keeping the chin over the sternum, but having the top of the head lift up from the whole jaw, not the chin, because that's going to put pressure back here, but let that head and neck lift up. And you don't want to look at the floor, you want to look straight ahead. Because when you look at the floor, you can see how that changes the posture. And so now that we've worked on the enhancements, let's just do a little postural sway. And what I'd like for you to do is note where you feel this. So just let yourself sway a little forward and back. Just rock a little bit forward on the toes, rock back on the heels. Just back and forth. And breathe nice and deeply. And just see where you feel that. Is it hard for your upper body to hold that posture that we worked on? Do you feel maybe the lower back? Do you feel it in the calves? And then let yourself settle. Great. Now let's work on some warm-ups for some of the movements that we're going to do. Whenever we lift the arms in Tai Chi, it's always this gentle, rounding, lifted motion. You don't want to lift with the shoulders. You want to draw the wrists up, the elbows stay below the shoulders. You want to bring it to about shoulder height. We're going to gather, like you're gathering this chi energy right in front of you, and pull it towards you, keeping the elbows down. As you pull it towards yourself, you want to push the chin back. That's the key piece to this. This is really a neck movement. So as I push that chin back, it's going to lengthen where the head and the neck meet back here too. To keep it there, pushing out. So this time when you drop the head, you're dropping the head from here, not like this. So let that head just drop down, chin just drops down. Let's do that again. Lifting up, gather that chi, pull it in. Chin goes back. Let the shoulder blades also pull back. Press out. And let's do that one more time. Lifting up. Pull in. Press out and down. And then gently bring that head up, nice and easy, one vertebrae at a time. Now we're going to do rotation. So with rotation, you always want to go to the point of sensation, not to the point of pain, especially if you have tightness in the neck muscles. You may have a migraine working a little bit. You always want to be very relaxed, always effortless when we do Tai Chi. So let those hands cross paths. And here, see how my hand is open and relaxed. I want to bring my attention right to that Laogong point in the hand that I was talking about a little bit earlier. And that is a energetic connection where you're sending this healing energy, focusing it back to the eyes. So that's great. You have a little extra bonus there going on. So then let that open out gently and then bring that back to center. Let those hands cross paths. And now we'll do that to the other side. And you might feel one side feels a little less easy than the other. Honor that and just go to about 50 to 70% of what you think you can do. And let's do one more to each side. And then back to center and down. Now, we're going to go back to the shoulder. Here, we're going to do this with arms out by the side. Notice again, they're rounded and relaxed. The hands are relaxed. And I want to just feel like I'm in a pool of water and I'm just splashing this beautiful chi energy towards my hips. And just continue to breathe and let that happen up in the shoulder joint, where again, you feel that gentle rotation in the shoulder joint. Now let's take this to the outside. We're here. Nice and gentle to the outside. And then let those arms relax down. You might start to really feel that tingling in the hands. Now let's take this, we're going to gather this up. Let the elbows come to about shoulder height, bend, and then feel like you're splashing this chi energy all through the body. Inhaling up. And again, only go as high as you can. If that's too high, do it lower. You can do it here. It's all about intention of just feeling that chi energy, even here. It doesn't matter where. It just matters that you are intentional as you go through the movement. Last time. Great. Now, the next movement I like to do because so many times when people do Tai Chi, they just kind of swing their arms around. So we really need to use the body, the spiraling action in the body. We want that body to lead, steer the movement. So bring the elbows to your side, roll those shoulders back, and you want to feel the muscles right behind, right here by the shoulder blade, the underarm, engage and pull back. Those are your postural muscles. And then from here, you want to gently move to one side, keeping the chin over the sternum, keeping the eyes looking ahead. You're not turning the head. And then come back to center and then go to the other side. And just allow yourself to gently float to 45 degrees from side to side. And if you engage the navel, you'll feel that. You'll feel those core muscles. You'll feel the oblique muscles engaging. Let me check this. Okay here. Okay. And just back and forth, nice and easy. You know, I can see why they've always had somebody help me do this because it's hard to run the program and do the program at the same time. And let's do one more to each side. Now we're going to do what's called a chi ball. This is usually a transitional movement that we do when we're going through the practice. We're changing the movements. This is called the chi ball, or also embracing the moon. Notice how my hands are relaxed, Very important concept. These are called bow arms. We have bow legs and bow arms as well. And the most important key piece to this is I want to almost start to feel that energetic connection between my thumb, the Laogong point in the hand, and this energy area here, which is called the middle dantian or chi. The bottom hand has got a Laogong point in it as well. And I want to feel that connection to the lower dantian. So here I have a very energetic movement. So you want to make sure your elbows are down and relaxed. You don't want to jam them up so it jams up your shoulders. And then we're going to challenge that ability to be able to come back to this same spot. So bring one arm up, the other one opens. And then see if you can just come right back to that same spot by feeling it. Inhale, feels very natural. And then exhale, bring it back. Let's do that one more time. Up and back. Now let's switch sides. Let that body shift and let those hands just kind of float right into that position. And again, notice the hand rounded, fingers are rounded, almost in that same spot. Just kind of feel that a little bit. You might start to feel that little energy connection. And then open the top arm and the bottom and back. And notice that's happening at the elbow joint. Shoulders staying the same. The elbow just opens up or opens down and comes back. And let's do that one more time. Good. Now, we're going to do that a couple of times. Roll this. Let's do it one more time. And then when we do a movement, some of the movements have this transitional movement. And so when we move, we're moving to the side. Usually the bottom arm is what's coming up to do so whatever action it is, whether we're parting the horse's wild mane, whether we're working on Fair Lady Works the Shuttle, or even stroking the bird's tail. So we're just going to roll to the side, let this arm roll up. And we want to keep that line up. And then we want to go to the other side, roll up. And then go to the other side, rolling up. And then roll to the other side. Let's do one more. Good. And back. And let's come back to center and relax. Now let's work on the hips. I have one of my companions here. So let's roll the hips, just like we rolled that shoulder, that arm bone in the shoulder joint. We want to roll that leg bone up into that hip joint. Because that hip joint, boy, we really don't want to have a break. We want to strengthen the soft tissue up there, really massage that out. And as I do this, my knees are fairly straight. And you want to feel, where's your body weight? Can you feel that body weight shift? That's very important. Now let's go in the opposite direction. So nice massaging action, and then come back to center. Now one of the tightest areas in the body is the hip flexor in front, especially if we sit too much. So we're going to take this opportunity to stretch and also work on stabilizing ourselves. So we want to zip up that posture, navel in a bit, lift that sternum, top of the head up towards the ceiling. You want to shift your body weight to this side and step one leg to the back. Let me give you a little side view. And drop your heel so that you sink down into it. Now, what happens with this is that you want your leg muscles to hold that body. You don't want to push with the knee or anything like that. You want to have those leg muscles, feet sink to the ground, legs are engaged, so they're stabilizing your body, because this practice, it comes from hand-to-hand combat. So you want to stay steady because you don't want anybody to be able to knock you off your feet. You want to stay very steady. So engage those legs, sink the feet to the ground, zip up that posture. And now so we have all these muscles are actively holding, but then the action is going to happen in the hip. So I'm going to lean forward, let the arms come forward and come back, not using this knee. Keep that knee steady. Try to make it all about moving in the hip. Let's do one more time. Now, this time when you lean back, you're going to hold that. So you feel that glute in back. Feel the stretch. Now I'm going to straighten the shoulders up so my shoulders are stacked over my hips. Shift my body weight and lift that leg up and then come back to center. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Shift my body weight to this side, step that leg to the back. Sink that heel down. Feel like my feet are sinking into the ground. My legs are solid. They're holding. Slight bend in both knees. Zip up that posture. So I'm going to lean forward at the hip line and come back. So I feel all the action in the hip and the upper legs. Just letting yourself just kind of drift a little forward and back. Feel what happens in the feet. Let's do that one more time. And then as I lean back, shoulders are a little bit past the hips. I feel that glute engage and I feel that stretch. Hold that stretch for a moment. Straighten it up. And then shift your body weight and bring that leg back up. Okay. So now we're going to work on the knees. The knees. You need to really strengthen them. We did that a little bit by the stabilizing, but we're going to do a little side sway. So you're going to sway, shift your body weight just gently from one side to the other. So the upper body just sways. You feel that weight shift. You feel the weight kind of pour from one side to the other, back and forth. And now when I lean on this side, I pull this leg up. When I go to that side, I pull this leg up and lift and up. And you'll feel the quad, tighten it up, release, tighten it up, release. And dynamic stretching is much easier on the joint, much better on the joint than trying to hold it. Let's do one more to each side. Good. All right, last part. You're going to lift your heel up and roll that around so you feel it. I don't know about you, but I'm hearing some popping and cracking going on. Rolling it to the outside, then roll it to the inside. This helps to open up the Anquan point on the bottom of the foot and helps to really loosen up that ankle. And notice the relationship. Good. Now sink your body weight into this side, lift this heel up on this side, and roll. And reverse. Good. And then shift your body weight, heel, toe, flex, and point. Flex and point. Whenever we step with Tai Chi, we shift that body weight. Good. One more time and come back. Shift your body weight, flex, and point. Good. And then come back to center. And then let's just do either a little bit of this, a little bit of bouncing. If that feels uncomfortable, then you can do what I call the Elaine from Seinfeld dance. And just let yourself work out whatever kinks you need to do. You can have a little smile when you do it, whatever you feel you need to do to shake that out, get that chi flowing. And then sink that chi. Great. Okay. So the first 3 movements in Yang Style 10, do not require any leg movement. So we're going to work on those first. This is just primarily arm movement, which is considered to be Qigong. So let's do those. And then I will show you one movement that I have done before in this class because it's really kind of an easier one to learn how to do. It's called cloud hands, and that's a very traditional Tai Chi movement. So let's have the feet about hip distance apart. Zip up that posture. The first movement is called raising the earth's power. So you're going to lift the arms up like we did in the warm-up and sink down. Inhale, lifting it up, sink down, lift. You can lift with the knees too if you feel comfortable, and sink down. So it's simple, but you want to immerse yourself in that simplicity. Moving chi can be simple, but it has to be soft, deliberate, mindful, and with breath. So let's take this opportunity to enjoy this little simple movement. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Let's do one more. And then we're going to let the hands come right in front. This next movement is also rather simple, but very powerful. It's a very relaxing movement because you have the Lao Gong points, the energy points facing one another right over that middle dantian. And the movement is crossing over the heart and lung meridians. So this becomes a very relaxing movement. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. And let the shoulder blades and back do some of the movement. You don't want to just make it the arms in front, but you want to get those shoulder blades to move too, especially if you have some postural issues. We want to engage those muscles. We want to engage the posture. So inhale as you open, and exhale, letting those fingers be relaxed, pointing up to the heavens. Let's do one more. And the next movement is called repulse the monkey. Now, in other types of yang style, there's a backward step. But in the virtual world, that's kind of difficult to do. So we'll just do the arm movements. So this arm is going to spiral out in front and kind of come up like a sword. The other hand is going to drop down like a gate, swing that out like we did. So it's facing up here to the side. You're going to bend this up. And as this comes towards the face, you want to turn the face like you're pushing this chi energy across the face. And you want to push it over this arm. So you want to push it. And notice how my shoulders are doing the movement. So now I'm pulling this arm back. This one turns out in front. This one drops down, swings out to the side. Bring it towards your face. Push that chi energy over the face, out in front, and then those hands are going to switch. So this one turns, this drops down, comes up, push it over the face, over the arm, and turn. Drop and up. Let's do that a few times. This one is a little bit more complex. And it's called repulse the monkey because it really helps you relax your mind. Let those fingers stay open and up. Let's do a couple of more. And as you get used to doing it, you can feel that energy just kind of surging through the hands. Let's do one more time. Good, and down. So the next movement, again, I've done this before in this series when I've done this before more regularly, is called cloud hands. So I'm going to show you the movement and then we will break it down. We'll do the upper body, the legs, because there's this process of coordinating, of instead of just stepping, that shifting of weight. That's why when in the warm up, I was having you do that so you kind of feel that shift of weight. So let me show you the movement. It's 3 steps to one side, 3 steps to the other. And you can see I'm going to be taking small steps because I don't have a lot of room in here. So the arms are going to be in this position. So it looks very much like the chi ball, but this hand is going to be facing in. Notice how protective that is. And this hand is going to be on the bottom. So I'm going to shift my weight, lift this foot up, and take a step out to the side. And then I'm going to move the body. Notice the hands stay right in place. They don't lead. They stay here. The body steers the action as I sink my body weight into that foot. I'm going to shift hands and then just move to the opposite side. Switch hands and step. And I'm going to break this down. You can just watch this if you want to. You can practice a little bit if you want. And then one more time, switch those hands. Then I wind up, shift my body weight because we're going to go to the other side and step. So notice the body does the work. The hands are just staying in place. Switch hands. And step and just move. We got one more. Whoops. And then come back to center. So let's do the arm part first. We'll do the leg part and then we'll put it all together. So Harvard University has several videos, YouTube videos, where they show, it's called The Elements and the Basics of Tai Chi. They just do a great job of doing this, kind of like getting you in the mood, so to speak, to do the cloud hands. So they have you just move the body, let that hand just fly up. When you get to the side, the arm drops down. So notice the arm is not directing. The body is basically directing, and let it drop. Bring it up and down. Let's do one more time to that side. Now let's switch. We're going to bring this arm up and notice the elbow is down, the hand in front of the chest. Again, that whole martial arts hand-to-hand combat concept of protecting the body. And down. Let's do one more time. And remember, don't go too far. It's 45 degrees. No further. You should still be able to look on the diagonal in front of you and down. Now, let's add the bottom arm. So this arm comes up. Bottom arm is going to be right here, like you're scooping this chi energy across the body. When you get to the side, they switch. Switch those hands. And switch. And notice the pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And switch. Let's do one more to each side. And then back to center. Now the stepping, let me see if I can come back far enough without stepping on my little kitty here. So we shift the body weight to this side. I put the toe out and then I coordinate dropping the heel and moving the body over. Shift the body weight, lift this leg up, and I step. So I just kind of draw the foot in. Shift the body weight, this knee bends, I step, gently shift. And notice my foot does not come close. There's a space. This is a more balanced position. When the feet are closer, you have a smaller balance point. Now, let's switch. We're going to go to the other side. Step and up. So as I lean over, this heel lifts up, I point the toe, I drop this heel, lift this one up, and then bring that foot over. Let's do one more, toe down, bring that up, and back to center. Let's try that again. Take the steps to this side. Shift your body weight, toe down. This heel starts to drop, this one lifts up. Drag the foot in. So that base of support where your feet are is very important for balance training. So just let your body just glide and back. And now we're going to lean, wind up, and then go to this side again. Toe down, heel, lift the heel, and then just let that leg just pull it over. Rather than pushing hard, just let it kind of come right over on its own. And you'll find that it'll line up underneath the body. Okay, so let's put that all together. Let's kind of get, this palm is facing in, this one is here like this. Shift my body weight, step, and slowly rotate the body to the side. Shift hands and just move to that side. Shift and step. And then just step and let the body move. We've got one more, step and shift. Let that leg come in, and then we just move to that side. Then we wind up, and then we step, and then switch hands, and step, and just switch hands. And one more time, step, and switch hands. Let's do it again. Let's wind up, shift that body weight to this side over here, step, follow step, and just move. Step and switch, follow step, and just let your body move to that side. Let's do that a third time. And follow step. Now let's wind up and step. Let that body move. Switch hands and just let the body move. Step and switch. Switch hands and just move. One more time, step. And switch. Now let's come back to center. We're going to scoop up this chi energy. This is the finale movement. Spiraling chi arms all the way out. And down. All right. So now let's put all those movements together. Okay. So let's begin with the feet closer together, nice and tall. Zip up that posture. Take a nice deep breath. Shift your body weight and step out to the side. We're going to only do it 3 times. We're going to raise the earth's power 3 times. Lift up. And 2. One more time. Up. And 3. And now we're going to bring the arms up and sink into open and close. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Third time. Inhale and exhale. Repulse the monkey. This arm goes out. This one drops down, up. Let it bring across the face. Push out in front. Turn the hand. Swing it out to the side. Push over the hand. Pull this one back. This one goes out like a sword. And push. Up. And last time. Out. And up. And push. And up. Now we're going to bring the arms up. Actually, let's swing it this way. Okay, we're going to do cloud hands. We're going to step out. Those hands move. And then switch. Step and switch. Switch those hands. That's 2. And we've got one more. And then we just move to that side. And we wind up. And now we're going to step to the other side and step. Just let those hands be just in front of the body, thinking of that protective stance. That's 2. And last one. And then we come back to center, spiraling arms, finishing up all the way out and down. Oh, all the way out and down. Oh. And the last time. Oh, great job. All right. So let's just kind of stretch out just a little bit. And let's sink that chi. Inhaling up. And then let's bring those hands down together in prayer pose. As always, it's always my honor and pleasure to do this practice. Since I have been doing this practice, it has been just wonderful. I enjoy the feeling that this has, the healing that comes with this practice. You know, it's not just a regular exercise program. There's so much going on with it, so much research. So anytime that you can take Tai Chi, I always recommend that you do. You know, it's a very important practice to learn. So the light in the spirit and the energy in me so values, respects, appreciates, and honors the light and the spirit and the energy in each and every one of you. And that saying in yoga is called namaste, but there's actually a counterpart in Chinese. It's called ni men hao, connecting Jing, Shen with the upper dantian, and Qi. So let's take those hands out, letting that beautiful chi energy just go out to the world, trying to balance out, because boy, it sure is pretty negative out there these days. So this allows us to add a little positive tsunami of healing energy wherever we are. And then turn around and bring that back to your own self. Kind, healing energy. And take a nice deep breath. And all right, everyone. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate all of you coming to this practice and sharing this time with me. Really enjoyed it very much. And I hope to see you some other time in the future. Who knows? So thank you very much. Appreciate it. Bye now.